Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Now, the topic here we're going to discuss is picking a business mentor and why it's much more important than you think. So what we're going to discuss to start with is essentially how it comes about. Like, why would you ever think about getting a mentor in the first place? What position are you in your business? Because if you've just started in the industry, you've not really experienced anything yet. You've not got any kind of ups, downs, you don't know what you're doing, you're kind of finding your feet. Of course, there's benefits to getting someone to help with that at the start, but in most cases, people want to try it on their own, right? But once you're at a stage where you've maybe got everything you can out of, let's say, just use a gym and a PT in a commercial gym. They're maybe fully booked at this stage. They're still doing the shift work and stuff like that. And they're thinking, right, I need to do a change. I need to get out of the gym. I maybe want to get my own gym, but I don't really know what the next step looks like. That's when you've got to kind of take that leap.
Yeah, and I think that for a lot of coaches who like we chat to on Instagram, they maybe ask us questions, that there's always a point where, I mean, you listening to this might be thinking this as well, where you start to think, right, this isn't going well now. Like I've plateaued or I'm going backwards. And for me, that's the point when you need to say like, okay, who have I been following for the last wee while? Who's been delivering value on Instagram, mentor-wise? Who did I relate to values-wise? Because when we ran that event in 2021, a lot of the clients that we end up working with were at that event, and there was like 6 different mentors at that event. So why did they pick us? Which was interesting, and I did ask them that. And it's obviously because they related to us in some way, mate. It doesn't make us better than other people. It just means we were relatable to those individuals who wanted to work with us for whatever those reasons were, and we can chat about that later on. But there, you're going to get to a point in your business where you need help.
Yeah.
You just do. Otherwise, it's not going to go anywhere. And I've seen that happen before. And it just, you know the percentage of people who leave the industry, don't you? In the first year, it's like fucking 65% or maybe higher of personal trainers who get in the industry and then they leave. And the only reason you're going to leave is probably because you can't make money.
Yeah.
It's not that you don't enjoy it, you just don't get the chance to work with people because you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's why you need the support.
Yeah, 100%. It's not a lack of like
willpower,
empathy, trying. It's just a lack of, again, goes back to kind of maybe the weakness of not being able to reach out for help or not knowing who to reach out to and who to trust. But you know, if you're surrounding yourself with the right environment, and again, listening to podcasts like this, you're clearly someone that wants more from what you've got. You know, you're looking for that little nugget, aren't you? You know, that's why you go to podcasts and stuff, or maybe you're just genuinely interested in what we have to say. But you're probably looking for that little nugget that's going to propel things forward. So if it's a podcast related to selling, maybe you're lacking in that department and you need a bit of support. So when it comes to that, I think where we are different is business doesn't rule our life. You know, we're not two of the people here sitting here and we work every hour every day and we're trying to build this big, mega, huge business with like thousands and thousands of coaches. You know, we enjoy spending time with family. We have other hobbies out with it. We love working with a select group of coaches that we want to maximize and give the best support and the best of us to these coaches, you know, and we believe that it's, you know, X number. You know, and that's kind of how we work with it at the moment. And the biggest thing for us as well is we want to make sure that the coaches we work with, number one, have values that they, you know, are related, in a mission that's related to what they want to achieve and a purpose to everything. And we'll help them get there, you know, and a big part of that is for them is having freedom as well, not having to solely rely on anyone else, not play under anyone else's rules. They want to be their own boss and they want to run a business that they're proud of. Yeah. Very simple.
And I think we're going back, mate, and reflecting what you said there, I think one of the big things for us is, and I'll ask you this question, is there a time in your week where you don't want to do something in the business, mate?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. It doesn't happen, mate. I think about it all the time because my missus and I talk about it. I'm like, we do actually have the ultimate freedom. Like last year I went on 7 holidays, albeit some of them were working holidays, but that's not the point. I went, travelled abroad, and I could work with the guys in Unrivaled X, go on the chat with you every morning on Zoom at 9 and plan the day because I just had the ultimate freedom. And I chose that. I chose to have that. We chose to have that. So I think if you're a coach and you're sitting there thinking like, how do you get that? We know how to do that. And it's really important to us. We don't do tasks now that we don't want And your business should be the same as that. Your business shouldn't be a big list of shit that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why are you doing it? Because it's not going to last. And that's why thinking about mentorship, think about people who can help you achieve that, if that's so what you want.
Yeah.
That more freedom style of life. Like Josh, like I said before, he'll go and play golf on a nice sunny day in June at 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Just because we can. Do you know what I mean? It's
Because you want to, mate. You build a business that you want.
Yeah.
It's your business. Like I say this all the time. I always say to coaches when they start going, oh, this client and oh, and this time and I'm working, I'm like, whose fault's it? And they're like, mine. I'm like, fucking sort it then, because it's your business. It should run in your terms.
Mm-hmm.
All of it should run in your terms. It's not going to be perfect because this doesn't exist, but it should run in your terms. You created it and you were responsible for every single bit you put in it. Now, you might have dug a big hole over the years and maybe you've not worked with anybody and you've just been digging a hole and it's getting deeper and deeper and deeper, but you can definitely get back out of it. It's not hard.
Yeah.
You just need the right direction and the right understanding how to do it.
Yeah, mentoring, like coaching, is not one size fits all. You know, we would never bring coaches into our business and say, this is what you must do. Like, this is, you know, this is the direction you have to take. You know, we advise certain things and we know based on experience what we think is best. But at the end of the day, ultimately, you're going to choose the direction you want to go. So if you want to be an online coach, so be it. We'll question it and we'll ask you why and see if it's genuinely you're doing it for the right reasons. Because if you're not and you're doing it because you think it's easy, it's a quick fix, it's an easy way to make money, then then you're probably in it for the wrong reasons and you're going to fail at some point. You know, when the going gets tough, you're not going to make it. So we'll make sure that you have complete and utter clarity and it's something that you value. And then from there, we'll hold you accountable to that every single day you're with us until you decide to leave, if you decide to leave. And we'll simplify it. You know, we'll make a step-by-step structure so you're not going to get overwhelmed. You're not going to procrastinate. And again, we mentioned it before, like something simple like the Daily 3. Focus on the key 3 things you need to do every day that's going to move your business forward to get you one step closer to that goal. And, you know, if you are looking around at other mentors and stuff and you see someone that's grafting every hour of every day, they've got a big, massive, mega business, then, and that's the life you want, then go with that person. But if you're sitting listening to this or watching this and you think, you know, me and Chris are here on I don't even know what day it is, Wednesday, and we're chatting about getting food and stuff after, and, you know, we're sitting here filming some podcasts and stuff. We decided this day just because we wanted to. Like, we're having that flexibility and we kind of live life on our terms. If Chris decides to go on holiday, so be it. If I decide to play golf, so be it. Like, we are making sure that, again, we're in that position where we've got systems and automations and we've delegated certain tasks and we've built up to this point. And we want to share everything we've done and all the lessons and mistakes we've made to fast track your journey. Not quick fix, but fast track it. You know, we believe that if you were with us for 12 months, say, we can pretty much guarantee that you're going to be in a completely different position in 12 months' time that you may never have got to, regardless, 5 years, 10 years on your own. We can guarantee that will happen. So it's just little things like that. We've got 100% certainty that what we do works. But again, we're not willing to work with any coach. We will work with coaches that we believe, number one, we like. Number two, we believe we can help. And then from there, it's just that's the kind of perfect match. And then it always results in success.
Yeah, and I think what we did is when we look for mentors as well, mate, and I think what anybody listening to us should do is look at the proof of what that person's done. Now, Josh and I just told you we're sitting here on a Wednesday. We actually have 2 businesses, and without sounding like dicks, they're 2 6-figure businesses, but we still have ultimate freedom.
Mm-hmm.
I just said 5 minutes ago, like, we can do whatever pretty much we want. And that's us with 2 6-figure businesses. So if you're sitting there struggling with one business that you can't get off the ground, and you see 2 guys who have been at zero at some point, we didn't have any businesses at some point, to get to where we are with no privilege, by the way, as well. Like, we come from fucking, just we had to earn it. Josh's first job was in a Pure Gym. Before that, he tried to run a boot camp himself and he ended up running it. But the first 6 weeks, it was like nobody showed up and he grafted his ass off to do it. So it's not like we just showed up and fucking mummy and daddy gave us fucking 20 grand loans and we got a boost in business. We had to build this for the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like we're sitting here telling you, like, we've got 2 6-figure businesses, but we fucking pretty much get hand fed it all. We worked grafted, and the most important part is we've paid probably over about 80 grand in mentorship ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
from other mentors who were in a place where we're sitting right now. We wanted to get there. So I just think it's relatable, Mick, because if we want people to invest in us or invest in anybody else, we have to prove that we've done that ourselves, and that's why we're here.
Every single thing that we've done is, led us to this point, but it's not just been by ourselves. That's the bottom line,
Never.
And it's the same with anything as well. I think that it's very, very similar that, the way you all think about your clients and, how you would kind of sell to them and how you would, explain to them the benefits of personal training or joining your gym or joining your online program is the exact same way that how we can help you with your business. We are the experts, not you. We can fast track you from where you are to where you want to be. We can save you time, money, effort, and we can get you there. And we can guarantee it as well. But it's one of those things, not everyone's willing to take that step.
Yeah. I was just thinking of a story there when we were talking about like relating back to them and their clients. One of the guys on their Unrivaled X now, Alex, he was telling me the other day how he was on a phone call with this girl. He does running. He likes to coach people how to run marathons and stuff like that. And it's funny to sign Alex up, I had a few calls with him. I was just pure delivering value. I wasn't trying to sell him on anything. And he really appreciated that. So he now uses that same method because he learned it off me, obviously, that he was on the phone with this girl a couple of times before she actually asked him, could you then sign up? Do you know what I mean? So just it's interesting when you see the guys who we work with now, how we use their systems on them, just delivered value, and then they end up signing up. And now they use it on their guys as well. So these things are always reflected back. And it's when Alex was telling me that story the other day, he's like, I just did what you did with me, mate, on the phone. Like, you didn't sell me anything. And it's nice to hear your current clients telling you how they felt when we were trying to sign them up and how good that process was at the time. Because he appreciated that. And now he uses it on his potential new clients to get them on board.
Just shows the intent. Again, we do everything we do because we genuinely want to help coaches. We genuinely believe that, if we are messaging people or we're speaking to people or we're doing a podcast or, talking about things, it's because we genuinely know we can help you. It's just, there's no rocket science behind it. And it's that kind of value first that we talk about. It's providing upfront value and sharing that with people, without being pushy, without being too, salesy, because I know everyone's worried about, being too salesy. But yeah, we wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for us practicing what we preach, so to speak. And, if you did want to join Unrivaled X and literally just say, guys, I want to copy you, pretty much. Like, I want to build a gym, I want to do this, and we'll give you every single piece of advice. Everything we've learned, as I've said already, we are not like, oh, we don't want to give you our secret, we don't want to do this. Like, price yourself at this. If you wanted to do this, if you just wanted to carbon copy and you were obviously doing it for the right intent and you were a good coach and we believed in you and stuff as well, we wouldn't have any issues telling you this price point, run it this way, get a facility under this price point, build it this way, get this type of kit. Like, we will help you every step of the way. And we have no problems with that because, our biggest mission is to help more and more people. We always talk about the domino effect of, our actions impacting a coach that then helps 50 people, 100 people, 150 people, then the ramifications and help that does onto someone else and so forth. It's massive for us. And I think that if we were sitting here and we had, I think about this quite a lot, actually. If we didn't want to play golf and watch the UFC and go on holidays and do all these things, we could have an absolute monster business just now. And we would have multi-millions because we've got the potential for that. We've 100% got the potential for that. And we would absolutely blow every single person out of the water with the ambition and, that drive. If we were all money orientated and growing a big, massive business, we could do it 100%. But it's not our highest value. We've said it time and time again, we value the other things in life as well. The quality time with family, the freedom, the helping a specific group of people. So don't always look at people and think they're not helping as many people or they're not doing this because they can't be as good. Or you might see a coach in the gym that's not as busy as someone else. Busyness doesn't necessarily mean that they're fulfilled and enjoying what they're doing. Look at people and think that, because this is what I would do anytime, Chris usually comes to me with like an idea of a new mentor and then I'll kind of look into it, always kind of trust the judgment. But like, I'll look at it in a sense of like, do the life they're living, is that kind of something I aspire to be like. And I think, fucking hell, like, absolutely. Like, they practice what they preach. They've got the freedom. They spend family. They do lots of different things. They've got a nice mix. If they're just solely driven on like numbers and they don't care about anything else, they're not interested in anything else, and they're just purely wanting to build a big mega business, we're not interested.
Because then you're just a number.
Because then I'm just a number as well.
If they're talking about numbers all the time with their coaches, then I guarantee you're just a number to them.
Yeah.
Simple as that. The one thing I would say, mate, about Unrivaled X, and I love this, and I don't know if other mentorships are like this, I'm not here to bash on other mentorships, I just know ours is like this. We know everything about our guys.
Yeah.
We know everything about Callum, we know everything about Jen, we know everything about Liz, we know their husbands, what they do, we know they've got dogs, we know what they do in their personal life, because we spend that one-to-one time with them every single week, and then we meet up in the 90 days. But the 90 days isn't just a come and meet up and we'll do like a really intense seminar where you can just learn a lot of stuff that I can teach you in Zoom anyway. Our meetups are like a wee bit of education, and then we'll have like lunch and
Proper chat.
have a laugh and
Get
just
to know each other and have a laugh.
I mean,
eh?
that's what I love the most about
Yeah.
it, man. I think for me it's the personal touch that makes it what it is, and that's
Yeah.
something we're big at in Nitrofit itself, community.
Yeah, we're not just
We're
doing it.
masters of community, mate. We
Yeah.
know how to build communities. That's what we're best at.
Yeah, we're not just doing it for the sake of doing it. You know, we're not doing it because everyone else does it and we want to get a good photo of everyone and we want to make sure that it's this big thing. And, you know, we're doing it purely because we want to help everyone, you know, share with each other. We're massive on that. We're always pushing each other in the group. Like, you know, you're looking to open a gym, speak to so-and-so. We'll get on a Zoom call with them, chat to them, pick their brain. Right, you want to do this? How did you react to this when you did that? Because so-and-so did that last month. You want to get off, you want to get on rent? So-and-so did that last week. They handed in their notice. Speak to them. Like, we're always trying to get people learning. It's the environment we've got. And that's, every single person in that group is getting lifted up by the others around them. And I think that's one of the biggest things around it. You want to surround yourself with like-minded people and you want to make sure that you're moving things forward.
Remember, let's finish on just three. We don't need to go into it in depth. 3 things that a coach who is struggling in a business, what they should look out for if they want to join a mentorship group. What's the 3 main things? You've already kind of touched on one, like,
Well,
are they leading the life you want to live?
yeah,
Probably
so
number one.
we've touched on the value ones and stuff. So maybe just like if you're finding that you're not getting consistent leads, you're not getting consistent sales, you're not got a steady stream, and you're not consistently growing every month, and you know you've not got the systems and automations to allow yourself to grow. I think that's a big one as well. A lot of people get stuck in that mindset of, if I want to get more clients, it means giving up more time.
It's not true.
So they don't want to do that. So they hold themselves there, whereas we've got lots of systems and automations to help with that. So that would be one of the big ones, I think, getting the backbone of the business built from the ground up.
Yeah, because that's ultimately allows them the freedom.
Yeah,
So that'd just be the main one.
that would be the main
Because
one.
the other ones we touched on was the more value-based.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. If you are interested, obviously, you know, we are big on Unrivaled X, as you can see next to us as well. It is our business. You know, we're always hands-on with what we do. If you are ever interested and you want to pick our brains on something or you want to ask more about it, you can always reach out. But, you know, find out who's best for you. If it's not us, reach out to someone else, because if you sit there and just do it yourself, you're never going to reach your full potential.
Absolutely. Totally agree. Right, guys, cheers for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.